Divina. I'm here to review a horror movie that is very different from this year 2025, releasing in January, called Companion, directed by Drew Hancock, with Jack Quaid and Sophie Tatcher. That their characters are Josh and Iris. Josh and Iris, they go spend some time away from like civilization in a house of their friends. And they spend with their time with a cute couple of Eli Patrick, the Russian owner Sergey, and his mistress Kat, also Josh's friend. The movie starts romantic, but then starts becoming very violent. The plot is smart, has some plot twists, but has some issues very similar like Barbarian that I reviewed before. You can see this channel, and also done by saying directed before. Well guys, for the first time I'm going to close this video to call this spoilers part, because this movie is a kind of the less you know, the better experience you will have. So now explain it. I'm going to cover it now. Spoilers aboard. Sergey, he gets very attracted to Iris and he provokes her. He tries even to abuse her, but Iris gets desperate and she attacks him with the pocket knife that Josh left inside her pocket. And then she appears in a house with blood, desperate. And then Josh commands her to sleep to shut her off. The Iris appear tied up on a chair. So that's when Josh explains to her that actually she's not replaced by a robot, and her memories and feelings, they're all fabricated. And then simply the feelings she got for him, it was a setting, the imprinting done. He had done on her on the settings, just like a flashback of how they really met for the first time. Then desperate, Iris escapes and runs away into the forest, carrying Josh's phone, as I have to say. So they are looking for her. Josh and Kat one way, and Eli Patrick another way. And by the way, Patrick is also a robot too. Inside the forest, she looks at the phone and she starts seeing her settings, and she sets her intelligence to 100%. And that's, folks, where the fun begins. Josh, for all this time long, he had made a very weird plan. He changed it because Iris, just like the robots initially, they were fabricated to not be violent. But he changed her settings to become violent and to get rid of Sergey, because inside his house he has millions of dollars that he's very interested in. Josh is very interested about sharing the money with Kat, but as Eli is also there, he wants to take his part too. Later there in the forest, Eli, he finds Iris, and they get a little fight, and Iris finally kills him. She tries to apologize, but then she escapes again away from the forest. And Josh, using Eli's phone, he programs and makes Patrick have an imprinting with him. And also Josh, he changes Patrick's settings, become violent as well, and asking to bring Iris back. Kat, in this nonsense, she really is interested about living, even without the money. But Josh, he was so heartbroken because Iris, she broke on him over his own phone. And he was very upset and desperate that he asked Patrick to stop her. But actually, he stabs her. And Kat then complains, sitting on the couch, waiting for her death. In the road, Iris is like car, and then appears a police car. The cop comes out, and Iris, she changes the language to German, and she communicates with the cop in German. But then comes Patrick, smashing the cop's face, and he turns off Iris, and he brings her back to Josh. And then there's a scene when when she wakes up, she's on a chair, like in a diner kitchen, and then have a discussion. She offends him, and Josh turns her intelligence now to 0, and he kind of tortures her, like when he asks her to put her hand over the fire candle, and her hand gets on fire. And she tells Patrick to wipe down the fire. And her hand skin is melted, even though she is a robot. And then he asks Iris to pull out the trigger on her head to shut her off. Josh calls the companion bot company to take Iris away, and he creates a fake story, and Patrick is there wearing the cop's clothes and pretend he's the cop, and they take it away. And soon they tell him that inside her there's a camera able to see everything. Here comes Josh making a decision that he will really regret later. When they're all back inside the car, the 2 employees, they see Patrick there, who will get rid of them. He makes that with the older guy, but then comes the younger guys. Meanwhile, Iris, she's being reloaded, and very quickly she wakes up and she leaves the ambulance. When Patrick gets the young employee, Iris gets out for the ambulance. She makes Patrick remember his good moments that he had with Eli, that he was really one that really loved. And suddenly, Patrick, he remembers his moments, sweet moments with Eli. And then he uses tasers and he shoots himself down. Iris, for saving the employee life, he gives her full independence. And Iris goes back to the house to fight against Josh. All the robot boss thing. In the end, finally, she uses the corkscrew to finally slay Josh. In the shower, she removes her burned skin and she drives a car with her robot hand peering out. For the first time, I see a movie that the robot wins in the end. Looks like the Skynet finally win. Makes me feel really uncomfortable because I always watch the Terminator movies and I still think that John Connor is going to save humanity. It gives me a kind of bittersweet taste in the end. Well, for this movie I'll give it 6 because that's how this movie deserves it. And what about you? Do you like Companion? So, don't forget to like, share, subscribe for my channel, and leave a comment below about this movie and other suggestions as well. So, sit and have a wonderful night.